Alright, so this is what it looks like before you get that new spring. This is a new spring here. I haven't put anything on it or done anything to it yet. It's got the screws already on here on the top, which, like I said on the other side, I like the factory ones better. And I said it didn't come with the other bolts, but it does come with new bolts for the bottom. I don't like those either. I'll just use the factory ones. The factory ones are just fine. So let me get this thing in a spot now. What it is, it's going to go in through this hole right here. We've got the ball joint popped. Let me get this thing set up. Alright, so what I've done is I've just placed it in this hole and just rested it there so folks could see how it's going in. And it's going in from the top right here with this ball joint popped. This tie rod ends off. I took the brake caliper off because I'm doing a pad slap. So, you know, you don't have to do the caliper. And it is possible to do it with this tie rod still connected. So, you know, just take that in the note there. I did remove the ABS stuff. I did remove all this stuff off because I was doing the brake work and moving the ball joint and other things. So that's why that stuff is off. But this is not absolutely necessary to come off either. But it's nice for it to be out of the way so you don't ding this wire, okay? Because that would be a pain in the butt. So we don't want to do that. But let me get it to the next step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this thing up. It takes two hands. It's pretty heavy. Lift it up and position it with those holes there. Okay. Start a nut up there on top. And this bottom down here, it's going to go down lower here first. And then you're going to raise it up into the holes. And after it goes up into the holes, you can rest it on these pads. Okay. You can take a break because it's pretty heavy, but I'll put those little nut holders on here, and I'll use the stock bolts on this. You can use the new ones if you want, I don't care, but I use the old hardware, put Loctite on it, everything is fine. It's beautiful. So just getting you a step-by-step thought about how I'm doing this and what it looks like. Alright, let me get to the next step. Alright, so I've got one nut started up there, okay, and here's the bottom. And now when I raise this one up, raise it up. Okay, now look how close that is. Now the other one came out. So what I'll do is I'll make a little bit more slack in here and spread this apart just a little bit more till I get enough slack so that I can get that in there. Sometimes things are a little different. You're not, you know, and it's moved around a little bit. So that's okay. Just move it around a little bit more till you get enough slack in between here. Even if you have to pop this guy loose, push the bottom down, whatever. Okay, it's not that hard. Alright, so what I didn't loosen up anything. I just put a pry bar on there. I got that pry bar and I pushed down on it. Now watch. Just push down on the pry bar a little bit. And that gives me a little space. See that? That's all you need. Okay? Now I know that it's touching right here. Just be real careful and not jam it in there. Or move this pry bar around. And you can put the pry bar in other places, and you can do this other ways, like loosening this up more and doing that. But basically what it is the spring tension from the lower control arm bushings have it sprung, okay? And when you tighten those bushings up, you're supposed to collapse, not really collapse, but you're supposed to put the suspension in the correct ride height on the alignment machine, and then you tighten that bolt up. Okay, so when the suspension goes down, it's going to wind that bushing up a little bit there. Okay, if it's installed correctly, it will wind that bushing up a little bit when the suspension is like this, all the way down like this. So, and that's fine. That's how you want it to be. That means somebody installed that lower control arm properly. That's how it's supposed to work. When you install those lower control arm bushings, if you tighten them up in the bottom, in the fully extended position like this, then the life of that bushing is going to be shortened because the suspension is going to be going up and putting that bushing in a wound up position all the time. It's just going to tear it all up. So anyway, I know I'm getting off into the weeds with that, but there are some things that folks need to learn about this stuff. So, and that's it for this. That's all I'm going to show is how to get that in there. I showed how to do the connector and all that stuff on the other side. So I hope this helps somebody. Y'all have a good day. Please subscribe.